It's your youngest daughter's birthday, and you're at a bustling weekend market, the air thick with the sweet scent of fresh chocolate and ripe fruits. She's off on her own, picking out treats with a big grin. But then your phone rings. It's her, sobbing hysterically. You race over to find a gang of older women surrounding her, berating her for being unChristian, calling her selfish for not embracing her poor orphaned brothers. Your blood boils. This isn't random cruelty. It's orchestrated by your ex-mother-in-law, the woman who's been poisoning your life since your husband's death. But oh, the revenge, it's biblical in its satisfaction. Stick around, because this Reddit story will have you cheering for justice. If you've ever felt the sting of betrayal from family, or dreamed of turning the tables on someone who crossed the line, you're in the right place. Hit that like button if you're ready for some sweet, sweet payback. Subscribe for more Reddit revenge tales that hit right in the feels. And let's dive into this one. It's going to restore your faith in karma. Let me set the scene for you. Our protagonist, let's call her Sarah, a 46-year-old mom who's been through hell, is trying to rebuild her life after losing her husband in a tragic accident last year. But this isn't your typical widow's story. No, her ex-husband, emphasis on ex because they were mid-divorce when he died, had been cheating on her for years. He fathered 2 baby boys with his affair partner, and when both he and she passed away in that accident, it left a massive rift in the family. Sarah's daughters, 17-year-old Emily and 15-year-old Lily, were the ones who discovered the affair. Can you imagine? These teenage girls, already dealing with the chaos of high school and hormones, stumbling upon proof of their dad's double life. Texts, photos, the works. It shattered them. They're in therapy now, working through the trauma, the betrayal, the guilt that somehow this was their fault. And then there's the in-laws. Sarah's ex-mother-in-law, Margaret, a 80-year-old pillar of her conservative church community, and her husband, 78-year-old Harold. From the outside, they look like the picture of elderly piety. Sunday services, potlucks, the whole 9 yards. But behind closed doors, they're vultures. Ever since the accident, they've been gunning for custody of Emily and Lily, claiming Sarah's an unfit mother. They've even tried to move into her house like some twisted entitlement grab. "We're family," they'd say, but it felt more like invasion. Sarah's fighting them in court over custody, and she's made it crystal clear. They're not welcome under her roof, not after everything. Margaret, especially, seethes with resentment. She's painted Sarah as the villain in her own mind, the woman who drove her perfect son to cheat, who abandoned those poor orphaned grandsons. The boys ended up with distant relatives, and Margaret blames Sarah for that too. But here's the kicker. Margaret and Harold knew about the affair all along. They supported their son, covered for him, even harassed Sarah during the divorce proceedings. Texts from them drip with venom. "You're overreacting. Think of the family. God hates divorce." And worse, they turned their cruelty on the girls. Just 2 days after their father's death, when Emily and Lily were raw with grief, Margaret sent messages calling them bastards. Yes, you heard that right, and blaming them for the accident. If you hadn't told your mother about the affair, none of this would have happened. Can you feel that? The gut punch of reading those words, your hands shaking as you scroll through your phone, tears blurring the screen. Sarah's heart ached for her daughters, but she bottled it up, focused on protecting them. The church? It's one of those tight-knit communities where everyone knows everyone's business. A bit old school, strict on rules, especially cheating. Adultery is a cardinal sin there, no exceptions. But they're not above judgment on other things, like LGBTQ+ issues, which rubs Sarah the wrong way. Still, she used to attend with her in-laws back in the day, so she knows a few folks. Margaret, though, weaponized that community like a pro. She posted this epic sob story on the church's Facebook group. How Sarah and the girls were heartless, leaving her and Harold homeless and penniless. A lie. They inherited her ex's bank account and life insurance. She accused them of abandoning the surrogate babies. That's right. She spun the affair as a surrogacy gone wrong, claiming Sarah rejected the boys because they weren't girls. Disgusting, right? It twists the knife, playing on gender biases and painting Sarah as some monster. The post went viral in the group, with the more extreme members piling on sympathy. Pray for Margaret, those poor elders. It fueled their righteous indignation. Cut to the weekend market, a sunny spot in their town, stalls overflowing with farm-fresh eggs, juicy meats, colorful produce. The air buzzes with chatter, kids laughing, vendors hawking their wares. It's Lily's birthday, and Sarah wants to make it special. The party's later, so she hands Lily a budget and says, "Go wild, sweetie. Chocolate, sweets, whatever your heart desires." Lily's eyes light up, that rare teenage spark of pure joy. She skips off with her sister Emily in tow at first, but soon they're separated in the crowd. An hour ticks by. Sarah's browsing veggies, but worry creeps in. Her stomach tightens, that mom instinct kicking in. Just as she's about to dial Lily's number, her phone vibrates. It's Lily, voice cracking through tears. "Mom, these weird people cornered me. They're yelling at me." Sarah's heart plummets. She grabs Emily. "Come on!" And they sprint through the market, dodging carts and people, breaths coming in sharp gasps. They find her. Lily, huddled against a stall, face streaked with tears, clutching a bag of half-picked sweets. Surrounding her, 6 older women, faces twisted in self-righteous fury. Sarah recognizes a couple from church days, gray hair pulled into buns, crosses dangling from necks. They're laying into Lily, "How can you be so unchristian, refusing to spend time with your poor grandparents? And those orphaned baby brothers, they need a big sister. Shame on you." Lily's shrinking, shoulders hunched, whispering, "I don't want to. It's not my fault." The words hit Sarah like a slap. These women aren't strangers. They're Margaret's flying monkeys, sent to harass based on that Facebook post. Rage surges through Sarah, hot, blinding. Her fists clench, nails digging into palms. She steps between them and Lily, voice steady but edged like a knife. "Back off. Now." She tells Emily, "Take your sister, pay for her stuff, get to the car. Go." Emily nods, wide-eyed, wrapping an arm around Lily and hustling away. The women turn on Sarah. "You're the worst of all. Refusing to obey your in-laws like a good Christian wife. God sees your sins." Barf, indeed. Sarah unleashes, "You have no idea what you're talking about. This is harassment. Leave my family alone." Voices rise, accusations fly, until market security intervenes, escorting everyone out. The women follow Sarah to the parking lot like a flock of vultures, cawing judgments. She slams the car door, peels out, heart pounding against her ribs. That night, after tucking the girls in, Lily still sniffling, Emily fuming silently, Sarah can't sleep. Her mind races. How dare they, targeting a child on her birthday? The injustice burns. She messages a church acquaintance she's on good terms with, spills the story. He apologizes profusely and fills her in. Margaret's post, the surrogacy lie, the outpouring of support. Sarah's jaw drops, lies upon lies. But then, resolve hardens in her chest. No more playing defense. It's time to fight back. She's off work the next day. Evidence from the divorce. She's got it all. Photos, texts, emails. No legal issues since the divorce wasn't finalized. She heads to a print shop, pays extra for glossy, high-quality prints. Back home, she spends hours crafting binders. Innocent looking, like the church's hymn packets. On the cover, a subtle cross. Inside, boom. First page, a crystal-clear photo of her ex and his affair partner locked in a passionate kiss in their living room. Faces unmistakable, skin tones and hair screaming, "Not a surrogate." Caption, the true love story of ex's name and affair partner's name. Followed by texts of him confessing the affair to his parents, Their supportive replies, harassment messages to Sarah, and the gut-wrenching ones to the girls. Bastards. Your fault he died. Sunday morning, before service, Sarah slips into the church quietly. The back desk holds extra hymn books, unchecked as always. She swaps in her binders, pulse racing, a mix of fear and exhilaration bubbling inside. What if someone spots her? But no, she blends in, leaves unnoticed. Now wait for the fireworks. The gossip explodes like a bomb. Whispers during service turn to outright gasps as binders circulate. Did you see this? Cheating. With proof? The Facebook group erupts. Names called that would make a sailor blush. Adulterer? Jezebel. Worse. The pastor steps in to moderate, but the damage is done. Anger shifts to Margaret and Harold. How could they support this? Bullying those poor girls? Calling them bastards right after their dad's death? Sarah watches from afar, a sly smile creeping as notifications ping. Apologies flood in. 2 letters to her girls, even an invite to join the church for support. But the in-laws, shamed into silence. Margaret posts a pitiful wail. Alienated, no one cares for the elderly. Wish my great son was here. Sarah laughs. With what money? She was the breadwinner all along. The triumph washes over her, relief, like a weight lifting, validation, knowing the truth is out, a fierce protectiveness for her daughters. Margaret and Harold slink away from church, shunned, their holier-than-thou facade crumbled. Justice, served cold and printed in full color. Stories like this remind us, sometimes the truth is the sharpest weapon. Karma doesn't always need a nudge, but when it does, it's oh so satisfying. What do you think? Was this revenge too far, or just right? Makes you ponder the power of hidden truths and standing up for your family. If this tale of epic exposure gave you that rush of justice, smash that like button and drop in the comments. What's the most satisfying revenge you've seen or pulled off? Don't forget to subscribe for more Reddit stories that pack an emotional punch. Hit the bell so you never miss one. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the pen or the printer is mightier than the sword. See you next time.